Hi all Inderes TV viewers. Kempower reported their Q1 result, and today we will get some comments on it from our analyst Pauli Lohi. Hi Pauli.
Hello, Sarah.
The Q1 the result was low, and that was in line with the profit warning given earlier. But why was it so low, and wasn't it supposed to start going back to normal?
Well, yes, as you said, that they had guided that Q1 will be weak, and there was reasons behind that the order backlog in the end of 24 was very low. Well, sales was still a bit below expectations, even despite we knew it will be low. But it could be even from single deliveries that can affect and impact the sales of one quarter. So I wouldn't be too worried about the weakness in Q1 sales. Order intake is much more important, I would say, and that grew nicely, 32% in first quarter, and they are guiding for 10 to 30% sales growth for this year. So you really also need this growing order intake because your order backlog was at low level in the start of the year.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you wrote that the cost structure was relatively good despite the low revenue. Could you elaborate on that a little bit?
Well, the fixed costs declined by 4 million euros from last year, and also the gross margin was at good level despite the increased price competition in the industry. So the EBIT didn't miss our estimates very much, even if the sales did.
Yeah. Well, you already mentioned the order intake.
Yep.
At the moment, how does it look like, and when will it pick up?
Well, it has been growing already. I would say that it probably it improves even more in the later this year. The company is still saying that the customers' high inventory levels are restricting demand or new orders, I would say, and that will ease at second half of this year. And this has been the message already for quite many months or half a year. So there hasn't been any changes to this outlook. Also, there's been positive signals in the market that electric vehicle sales has been picking up again. It was weak. The growth was weak last year, but now it's again growing nicely in Europe especially. So I think that could also, with some lag, impact to the installation volumes of charging equipment.
Yeah, that's positive news. Well, in the research you wrote that the market has developed favorably, but could you still elaborate a little bit that in what way favorably, and does this also mean internationally as well?
Yes, it means internationally, and Europe is the most important market for Kempower right now. It's the high majority of the sales. In first quarter, the EV sales grew over 20% in Europe, and last year it was pretty much flat. So if there's, I would say it's a significant change, and there has been lots of new, more affordable EV models being launched, and it seems that electrification is going forward significantly this year. And then there's of course the commercial segment in the background. It's still smaller than personal vehicles, but it's also growing, and I think it grew also last year, but it's still smaller one, so it doesn't affect that much yet. But in the long term, it could be even a bigger segment compared to personal vehicles.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Thank you, Pauli, for these comments.
Thank you.
And thank you all for watching, and feel free to read more about Kempower on inderes.se.